Hell nah, I ain't sleep today, but I'ma be okay. Miss my family on the east, but fuck it, I can't.
What is up, YouTube? Zukim1 here, and I am back with a brand new YouTube video. Today I'm bringing you guys another story time with Zuki, and today's story is body positivity. So I wanted to talk about this. It's been something that I've been struggling with for actually my entire life, honestly, to be perfectly honest. So without further ado, let's get on with the story. So this is a picture of me back in 2008, 2009. I had, I think I was at the time like 220 pounds. I felt really comfortable with myself, but there was a lot of different types of things that I was held back from in terms of like being able to socialize with people, being able to meet other individuals that would have given me, I guess, a fair shot at getting a chance to know them as an individual, mainly due to the fact that I was on the heavier side in comparison to most of my peers. Most of my peers are around the size of like 110, 170-ish pounds, so around that weight limit, and I was like almost double some of their weight and stuff like that. So even though I don't look unhealthy or anything like that, it was just, I guess, not the easiest for some girls to not see me as the big brother or the big friend type of thing. There were some girls who liked me for me, but most of them were pretty, we're not interested. So unfortunately, at this time in my life, I wasn't really the most popular, and it had a pretty big toll on my life, I could definitely say. So at this point in my life, I would like to call this point the happy point in my life. I was 140 pounds, but unfortunately, I did not lose this the healthy way. I lost this very unhealthily. I starved for about a year. It wasn't intentional. I just didn't have money to feed myself. And so because I was so hungry, whatever I had, I pretty much eat, but I didn't have money to buy food regularly. So with me losing like 100-something pounds, I looked like a completely different person, as you guys can see in these pictures here. And, people responded accordingly to that, right? I was a lot lighter. People liked me. People used to talk to me more. People used to interact with me more. Girls would give me the time of day, and I didn't have to like go out of my way to talk to them. They would approach me for the first time in my entire life, and that was a brand new experience for me because I've never experienced something like that before, where girls were willing to talk to me for once, and I didn't have to always start a conversation with them or see if they were interested in me or something like that. But again, it was very, very difficult because I knew that I needed to get back healthy. What I mean by that is like I needed to eat more and be able to build my strength again, because at this point I was very weak and very feeble. Literally anything could have hurt me, or anything could have made me get sick. Like my immune system was garbage, and everything else about me was just like really, really, really bad. But again, this is literally one of them, I guess, the most happiest points in my life, mainly due to the fact that there is just so much positivity due to the fact of me looking a particular type of way and people liking the way that I look, instead of people just liking me for me at this point in time in my life. So in this point in my life, I want to call this part the runaway phase. This part of my life, I was trying to basically run away from the thought of me not being who I was anymore. As I told you before in the previous section, I was quote unquote the happiest that I had been. Girls were interacting with me. There were people who wanted to be around me and things like that, and I felt just genuinely a better person altogether. And, life was just so much more fun for me. And at this point in time in my life, I was having fun. I was doing a lot of cool stuff, but it just didn't exactly feel the same. Again, there was a whole lot less girls talking to me, if any girls ever talking to me. There was a lot less interaction amongst people. Anybody wanted to hang out with me. Anybody wanted to spend time with me. Anybody wanted to just pretty much, just spend more time with me in general as a person. And, that really sucks, knowing that if I want to be somebody, or if I want to mean anything to somebody, I have to look a certain way, or dress a certain way, or talk a certain way to make myself into somebody that people want me to be, and not necessarily who I am. I spent a long time trying to get myself to a point in life where I could feel comfortable with myself and being comfortable in my skin, regardless of what shape or size that I am. But it just seems that no matter how comfortable you are in your own skin, there's still a lot of people who only see what they want to see, which is a gorgeous, skinny, or thin person. And I guess I want to move towards the closing thoughts and wrap up the video. So we are going to go to the next segment. So you guys may be wondering, where am I at this point in time in my life in terms of being comfortable with myself, loving myself, and being able to accept myself for who I am, and not necessarily being affected by the things that people want me to be, or being the person that people want me to be. I could say, as you guys can see from the difference in pictures and things like that, I definitely lost a huge chunk of my confidence. As you can see in a lot of the earlier pictures, I took a lot of pictures by myself. I didn't need other people to help insinuate how well I look, or how thin I look in comparison to someone else who's smaller or who's bigger, type of thing. These things are tactics that people use to make themselves look more appealing in the eyes of someone who are very shallow or something like that. And I can honestly say, if you've seen, like, the picture quantity has gone down a ton. I barely have any photos of myself anymore. If I ever do take any photos, they're very short, brief, and they're only of the upper body, right? Just like of my chest area, never like of my entire body, just because I've lost that confidence of being able to take pictures or take pictures of me showing my entire body anymore. And it's really sad knowing that that's where you end up in those types of situations, depending on how you look at things. I've tried my hardest to make sure that I keep true to myself and be as confident to me as possible, telling myself that I'm gorgeous and that I look good and that I should feel confident about myself. But at the end of the day, all of these things are just things that we come up for ourselves. So like beauty or how you look and things like that is all just a reflection of your society that you live in. If a big person is viewed as wealthy in another country or something like that, I would look like a very wealthy man. And truthfully, I'm not poor per se, but I'm not middle class either, because middle class are able to do a lot of cool stuff. I would be on the lower of the middle class type of thing. And, I can live a pretty decent life where I am right now. But, I'm only using that as an analogy to emphasize the fact that, being on the heavier side doesn't necessarily mean that, you have a lot of money, but it also doesn't mean that you don't have money either and things like that. Obviously, because you got enough money to eat and stuff like that. But, with the joking aside and things like that, what I've come to the conclusion for, and what I hope, other people try to, use for themselves or whatever, is just essentially continue to be comfortable, right? Continue to be who you are. Never let anybody shake the foundation of what you are. If you want to lose weight, go lose weight. If you don't want to lose weight, don't lose weight. Don't let anybody else influence who you are, what you do, how you think, or how you feel. These things are who you are as an individual, and those things could forever change who you are. And that's not fair to you as an individual, that you have to change so much of yourself just to please other people. Never, ever change who you are as an individual, because you are the most important person in your life. Because at the end of the day, you're not your mother, you're not your cousins, you're not your friends, you're not your crush, you're whoever you are. And you have to be comfortable with who that person is, because you're going to be living with yourself for the rest of your life. And guess what? You're going to leave this earth as yourself, and no one else is going to be able to go with you. So you're going to be the person that you have to be the most comfortable with at all points in time of your life. And the only way that you can really truly be confident about yourself, or be able to live with yourself, is being able to accept all aspects of yourself, flaws and all. I currently work on a lot of different aspects of myself. I walk every day, I work out, I try to take all the necessary steps to make myself feel confident and be the person that I want to be, and not necessarily be deterred by other people's opinions and things like that. Because regardless of what I do, people are still going to think and talk about me regardless. I could be the most handsome gentleman in the entire world, but that still wouldn't change that there's a whole lot of people who would want to talk bad about me, or make me feel bad about who I am as an individual. I can't say that if I was the best looking person in the world that I would feel ugly, but there are ways to make people who is on paper quote unquote beautiful, but make them feel ugly, or feel disattractive, or feel terrible about themselves. Whereas like people like myself, who have very thick skin, can take those insults and run with it. And when you get a compliment, it really, that it means that this person actually is just complimenting you as the individual, right? And those things can go miles, right? It can just really change anybody's day, knowing that somebody else takes the time to acknowledge you as an individual. Because as I told you guys before, women wouldn't acknowledge me, people wouldn't acknowledge me, and people didn't want to hang out with me or spend time with me or anything like that. But I didn't let those things affect me as an individual. And so I'm here right now talking to you guys because I'm, comfortable with who I am, in hopes that one day, people can, look at something like this video and find that comfort, that confidence in themselves to be who they want to be, or who they were supposed to be, and things like that. But I believe that is just it for me today. If you guys did enjoy this video, please make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. Currently right now we are doing a 1,000 sub giveaway. We've recently reached 800 subs on my channel. That is absolutely insane. If you guys want to help, get me to 1,000 subs, just make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Oh, and also you guys will gain access to the Discord, and to my personal Discord, and you will also gain an entry into my into my 1,000 sub giveaway, where 3 lucky viewers will be able to get a chance to win a $20 gift card of their choosing. If you go check out some of my live streams, check out a few other of my YouTube videos, and make sure you leave a like and a comment telling me what you liked or did not like about the video. Just basically trying to help me improve the content that I'm bringing to you guys. But yeah, without further ado, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.